Comic books, anime, video games, sci-fi.
So this is just
If you've been made fun of for it, we're probably
It's all
going to talk
good.
about it.
It's a real banging song, put it that way.
This is Nerd Radio.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on a parking lot at Twin Pines Mall, and this is temporal experiment number 1.
Welcome, everyone, to this week's Nerd Radio, wherever you get your podcast as part of the BPod Studios Network, on your social media at NerdRadio101, and I'll let Al do the rest of the intro. He's so proud of it.
Yeah, I know. You can actually stream us live on Twitch at robliefeldfeet.com.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I
guess I'm welcome.
For the guests in the room, Rob Liefeld is the guy who created Deadpool, actually. He's an artist and writer.
He's a comic book artist.
Yeah, and Chuck hates his artwork.
art is awful.
In particular,
It's absolutely
his
terrible.
his big criticism is that he cannot draw feet. So around Christmas, I registered robliefeldfeet.com and forwarded it to his Twitch channel, which is where we stream every week. Every other
That's
week.
incredible.
Yep.
That
was his gift to me for Christmas.
So
I appreciate it.
So for the next year, because I'm not going to renew it, it will be available.
Just let it die. Yeah.
It will be available to be registered by somebody else. But robliefeldfeet.com.
I will love that company that you registered with. It'll just ding you for the it's year 2. You want it for year 2.
Yeah.
We just went ahead and charged you $150 for that.
We've noticed.
Make sure you cancel. Make sure you.
Yeah.
Cancel.
Well, I assume on day 364, Rob Liefeld's going to find out about it and sue me.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Never
I'll
thought
be.
about that.
Or he's going to draw your feet.
Yeah, that's
Oh God! Even worse. Just take my bank account.
that's a fate worse than
Al's
that.
feet are everywhere on the internet.
No one will recognize them because he can't draw them.
They look like
those
feet,
feet?
but not really.
Are those even feet?
He always draws like rocks or like a body or something in front of where somebody's standing,
Yeah.
because to get away with the fact that
Yeah.
like he's just bad at it.
Can I say real quick though that I'm very torn on, the fact that we should point out that we got a couple of people joining us
Yeah,
right now,
absolutely.
but also just do the fucking podcast and not even address
And
it.
not even say who's
Who were those two assholes?
It's a secret. No one will recognize
Also,
those
do we have
voices.
any kind of confidential information on the TV screen behind me?
No,
That is incredible information.
That's all the music you're going to hear on this week's
Yeah,
Midnight
that's
Metal.
the Midnight Metal playlist. I finally figured out how to wire up the television to my laptop so you can see what I'm talking about here.
So you guys may have noticed by now that this podcast is an even bigger crap show than our morning show.
Oh my God.
Seat of our pants
Part of
radio.
it. We just were walking by and we're like, what are those nerds doing in there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
see what's up.
Come on in, use all this fancy equipment that's
Yeah.
It's
just
very
here.
nice,
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's a room full of people though for this podcast. I feel like I'm getting an intervention or something.
We
Al,
talk about you, Al.
you're-
And your feet.
everyone's noticed that you're very surly in the podcast, and we'd just like you to make sure that we're having a check to make sure that when you
Right.
go home tonight, you will come back
So
tomorrow
we
morning.
turn to Dave and Chuck the Freak for a dose of positivity.
That's right.
Yeah.
You guys can do it.
Congrats. You're such nerds.
Don't give up, guys.
Don't worry. This is everyone who is most important to Al in his life, and we just want to make sure
And we're here.
he's going to be all right.
Oh, Christ, I'm retiring.
Al, we love you, but you got to do something about your curmudgery.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
So yeah, we're back after a week off. We had a little discussion off mic last after our first episode of the year, and we were like, we're all a little burnt out, a little like maybe let's take another week, and then we'll come back. So for the foreseeable future, maybe we'll just do this bi-weekly.
yeah,
and
that's
see
right.
where it goes. And,
Nerd Radio's going by.
That's right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Good for you guys.
It's-
I'm in the perfect place.
It's been I've been
Gotta go.
waiting for the two of you to come to my side of the tent forever.
Even Chuck announced their
Hi, everybody. Okay, everybody. Now time to take your shirts off.
Oh, we're not on Twitch
I
anymore.
didn't
What happened
shave.
here?
I didn't shave my back.
It's okay. They'll think it's a sweater.
All right.
So yeah, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff that happened. I know that we'll cover this now because typically the last couple of shows Al has had to excuse himself at the end of the show because he doesn't want anything spoiled for him.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch anything, so I can leave early.
Right.
Oh.
So James, I know you watch Peacemaker.
Oh, all 3 episodes, back to back to back.
Of course. Al, where do you stand?
I haven't seen it yet. I spent my time getting caught up on Marvel stuff,
Okay.
which we already talked about, so not getting deep into it. But
Sure.
man, Eternals I thought was terrible.
I haven't even
you
watched it
did?
yet.
I saw some nerds that thought it was pretty good.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not into Eternals, but have you seen it?
No, all my kids have all the reviews were it sucked.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I didn't care. Nothing about that movie moved me or made me care. Oh God, it was just terrible.
It's extremely polarizing because that's what my Twitter feed has been. People being like, "That was amazing," and people going, "That was boring."
Did you watch Shang-Chi?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I kind of enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it as well.
I love Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I had a lot better time with Hawkeye than I thought I was going to.
Oh, did you? Okay, so you did watch Hawkeye.
I watched. I was dog sitting over the weekend, so I had nothing to do but watch TV. So I watched all of What If, Shang-Chi, all of Hawkeye, and
oh my God,
and Eternals, which could be also why I hated it because I was just burnt out.
By the time you got to it, you're like, enough.
That's the most I think you've ever watched in your life.
It's true, unless it was MASH.
Well, that's,
Oh my God.
You have to throw MASH out.
Yeah, no, never.
We know that's number one. That's the most watched. Yeah, I didn't watch any of these things. I did watch that season 2 of The Witcher.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet.
And and I did think it was better than the first season of it. I sort of struggled through the first season of it. They were really kind of bouncing around in the timeline of things. I think every movie was like, hey, how can we do the crazy timeline?
Right.
And I think they got caught up in that. And this one, it was more straightforward. This is how it's going. And I don't know. I thought it was a lot more easy to digest, and I thought it was okay.
If I did have one complaint about that first season, it was like you've got 3 different characters you're following, and they're all in different parts of the map. And like, when can we get all of these characters together and just follow one story? And
it was a lot more like that in the second season, and I think it was good enough to get me to go and find a very cheap version of the Witcher video game, which I had never played.
The game?
Yeah.
I had never ever played it, so I was like, you know what? I went and bought the complete edition of the Witcher 3 or whatever, the Wild Hunt.
That's the one everyone says to play.
That's clearly where we're going.
Yeah.
I'll say that. And it's, I think they're probably just making the storylines of the actual video game.
Interesting.
But I just never played Witcher 1 or Witcher 2, so I have no idea. So it's all brand new to me. But, but I haven't watched Eternals or I don't.
Well, you're up to date on at least Boba Fett. I would.
Yeah. No, I'm watching. Book of Boba Fett, but which is okay,
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
You don't like that badass Wookiee?
No, listen. There are very cool parts of it, and then there's these parts of it where I'm like, what are we doing? Like, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything.
Well,
I'll just say this. If you're going to do a chase scene, make it exciting.
Okay.
Okay? Because
well, here's my question for you then.
A slow chase is
would you consider it to be a letdown in any way? Because, I mean, even Mandalorian, we were excited about Mandalorian because of Boba Fett. And then all of a sudden you get a Boba Fett show. Do you find it to be a little bit of a letdown?
We've talked about it before that when you're a Boba Fett fan, the majority of everything you're into has just been created in your own head.
Right.
Because he was on screen for a minute, 37 seconds or something like
that. A little
bit
during The Empire Strikes Back, a little bit during Return of the Jedi, and then
he's got 4 lines in the entire franchise.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think it's whatever you've put in your own brain, like, whoa, this is what I'm gonna get out of this show. And I want my Boba Fett to be a badass who doesn't mess around.
Right.
Someone crosses him, he kills him, and this
is
not
uniform.
what we're getting
he
yet.
Look like an old man.
Yeah.
Now, in my brain, I'm thinking, oh, that's what's coming. It's like he's tried to be the nice guy.
Yeah,
and it's backfired, and he'll kill everyone at the end. And I'm like, please kill everyone.
Kill everyone.
Yep. Kill everyone.
And then you realize,
so
it's Disney
I don't
Plus.
know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought when the show had started,
zone.
is it was going to be kind of
Not the
like
good
Breaking Bad or something, where he's going to try everything in his power to not be Jabba the Hutt and be respected instead of feared. But by the end of the show, it's just going to be like, well, I guess I just have to shoot people.
Well, that's the thing, because I just think, people are just going to keep trying to kill him and keep trying to kill him and keep trying to kill him, and finally he's going to have to be like, I'm the best at killing.
He's just going to have to show y'all how it's done.
Well, I hope you get all the killing you're looking for.
I don't want Boba Fett. I don't want Boba Fett to be like a wuss.
Please, Disney.
At the end of the day, I don't.
Please, Disney, give me the blood.
Right.
Right about now, Dave is really regretting.
I know.
Yeah, it's his
I was
idea.
trying to make my exit. I thought
leave.
if I just walk out, will they notice?
There is a camera on. There is a camera.
Then I was like, oh, yeah.
There's a camera on.
Like,
see me
watch
leave.
you live at roblifehealthfeet.com. Just leave the room.
Watch Dave just go on camera.
Bye, everybody. Hey, see you later.
I mean, Dave, you're up to date on. Have you seen all of Hawkeye?
Yes.
Would you? I know you. I think you enjoyed that from what you've.
Yeah, I
conveyed
did
a little
like
bit
it
during the morning show.
I've liked I liked WandaVision. I liked Hawkeye. I've liked some of the series they've done there, the limited series, and I wasn't a big Hawkeye fan, to tell you the truth.
I don't think any of
one
us
is.
were.
I don't really like
Just
Jeremy
you.
Renner.
Yeah.
But I liked what they did with
Yeah, the story was great. I thought the two characters, Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye and then the Kate Bishop Hawkeye, and how they interacted.
Yeah.
The stuff
and
that
she was great. Like Haley Steinfeld was great, I thought, in that role, and yeah, I liked it a lot. I watched it with the boys and got into it for sure. And I love Shang-Chi. I like that guy from, there's this show called Kim's Convenience.
Yes.
That he's in,
Yep.
or was in, a Canadian show that took off and like got really big on Netflix, and we binged that during the pandemic. And so I'm like, he's Shang-Chi, this guy? From this little Canadian
so that's
TV
the guy
show?
that plays Shang-Chi. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was awesome. So I watched that, but it was better than I expected. The only thing I thought was like when they went to and I don't know any of the terms because I'm not nerdy enough as you guys, but when they went to that land,
the Talo or whatever.
yes, they spent too much time there. I just thought like I wanted to get to the action, and there was just
Right.
like the bus scene was
Oh,
incredible.
the bus scene is when I was like
one of my favorite scenes in a Marvel movie.
I haven't got that hyped up in watching a movie in a long time until the bus scene hit. Because I was like watching it. It's really early in the morning. It's like a Saturday morning or whatever. And I'm just watching it. And my wife's still asleep. And I'm like, I want to check out Shang-Chi. She doesn't want to. She wants to watch The Eternals, so I'll watch Shang-Chi. I'm like, it's kind of okay. Then the bus scene happens. I'm like, holy hell!
I know.
We're in the this is a Marvel movie now.
Yes.
Look at him kick ass.
Yeah.
The music, everything. I was like, okay, I'm in. Once that bus scene happened. So,
Yeah, that's what got me.
yeah.
They probably constructed it that way on purpose.
Well, it
And
worked.
it was like, we got to hook them.
Yeah, we got to get them off the top.
Let's do something really cool and like, I don't know, a bus.
And I felt like
yeah,
it was a
great.
cool melding of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and like kung fu movies. Like those two, like you could see those elements in the whole thing.
It's going to be fascinating to see going forward because like this week they just gave the trailer for Moon Knight, and that looks like a horror show.
Really?
And I'm really curious, like how dark are they willing to go on Disney Plus? Because especially with a character like
Logan
Moon
on
Knight.
Disney Plus?
No,
I don't think so. No.
I think it's the
Well, then-
only X-Men thing that's not there.
Right.
Because they've got all the X-Men movies on there now.
Because that's where my hope would lie. It's like, make movies that are as dark as that, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you will make us happy.
And they're saying that the Doctor Strange movie is going to be directed by Sam Raimi. It's supposed to be just a straight up horror movie.
Wow.
So,
Well, that's the thing now. It seems like even with Book of Boba Fett, every episode is kind of like, oh man, what was that one big cowboy movie that there was?
Yeah.
People were calling it like 310 to Yuma or whatever.
Oh,
like
okay.
When they're jumping on trains or whatever.
at the end of every episode, when I see directed by Robert Rodriguez, I'm like, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
It's totally felt like a Robert Rodriguez thing.
Yeah. But it's,
All right, well, my last question for you, Al. Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Haven't made it to that yet because
Okay.
I'd have to leave the house in order to do it.
Fair.
But no,
It's
I
not
actually,
available digital yet. I guess not.
I don't think so.
I was shocked when Eternals
Soon.
hit Disney Plus
Oh, me
last
too.
week.
Yeah.
I was like, that was
Yeah.
2 months ago that was in the theaters. What the hell?
I'm more distracted by the fact that I'm so fat now that my chair's just sinking under me.
What?
Are you slowly going to sit down? You're going to be down here soon.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, guys.
I'm still afraid of the thing shooting up now.
Right up
I
your
already
ass.
talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Launch you into the ceiling and
Yeah.
the lights.
You don't
Well.
want to get impaled in your beehole.
Nope.
Or you do, or whatever. Whatever you do in your own time.
Whatever
that's
floats
up
your
to
boat.
you.
Yeah. James, hi.
Yeah.
We don't judge.
You can come sit over here.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right, well, let's take a short break. We'll give Dave the opportunity, if he wants to scoot right out of here.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Glad to be a part of
guys,
it.
that was
You
fun.
nerds keep doing nerd stuff.
Absolutely.
He did take the chair closest to the door. I will.
Yeah, he did. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys for stopping
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Much
Well,
appreciated.
If Lisa ever is on the show, though, it will be a hostage
Oh,
situation.
no. Then the end is near.
Oh, yeah.
The end is
like,
near.
yeah.
I'd be like, hell is frozen over. Lisa's on
Lisa
the
Waze.
radio
That's like
show.
a don't look up moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
is. Yeah.
there is an asteroid coming.
Yeah, it's like the premise of the Dave and Chuck video game. Lisa's been stolen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
She's being held against her will by some nerds.
Yes.
that's the twist. She was stolen, but she was just upstairs.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
didn't have to go through this entire game. You just had to go upstairs and be like, guys, We need
but
Lisa.
it's big guys climbing stairs, and that
is a thing.
That is a thing.
I just caught my breath.
I know. Believe me. I had to try and keep up with Dave walking down this hallway after running up
Well, he
these
takes
steps.
3 steps and he's off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like,
All right, well, I've taken enough. Bye, guys. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to take 3 steps back downstairs.
Bye. Bye, Dave.
Bye, Dave.
It's like a poodle and a chihuahua.
yeah.
Or not
Greyhound.
A greyhound. A greyhound and a chihuahua. I got my dogs around.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back.